Good morning. We're just going to give folks a moment to join from the waiting room and connect to audio so we can make sure that everyone can hear us.
Hi.
Yep.
Am,
Good
am
morning.
I?
Thank you for
Good
joining
morning.
us. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are appearing before the board.
Okay.
We will give just another moment to clear the waiting room. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I am Chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today I'm pleased to be joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you very much. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. We'll begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Nilton Ramos, doing business as Quench Juice Cafe, located at 403 Washington Street in Brighton, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. Premise consists of 700 square feet on the first level with 1 large room where products are prepared, seating area for 23, basement for storage, and electronics, sound, and surveillance. Manager Nilton Ramos, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Nilton Ramos.
Great. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ramos. If you could please just briefly present your proposal to the board.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. My proposals are following. I opened a Quench Juice Cafe in Brighton. It's a vegan establishment. There's no dairy. There's no sugar. Basically, we just sell smoothies, acai bowls, and raw juices.
Thank you very much. We'll see if there are any questions from the board. Chairwoman Joyce.
Thank you for joining us today, Nilton, and good luck with this juice bar in Brighton. My only question is, how many days a week are you open?
6 days a week, from Monday to Saturday.
Okay. It's nice to see a healthy option like this in our neighborhoods. And with that, I have no questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions from me. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Frank Mendoza, also Brighton Liaison for the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. We did have this applicant reach out to abutters and to the local civic association, Brighton Elson Improvement Association. The BAI did vote in support of the application before you, and with that, we'd like to defer to the judgment of the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 2, Yuku Inc., doing business as Yuku, located at 577A to 583 Washington Street in Brighton, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. Premise located at 577A Washington Street, 650 square feet, takeout only restaurant with kitchen in the back. Manager Michael Yu, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hi, my name is Peng, and I'm doing business as a bubble tea. Basically, we're serving milk tea, fruity, and also the smoothie. And our operation hour would be 11:30 to 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. 7 days a week. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I don't have any questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Frank Mendoza again, Austin Brighton liaison. We also had this applicant also reach out to abutters and to the local civic association, which again is the BAIA. The BAI voted in support of the proposal. With that, we'd like to defer to the judgment of the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 3, BW Cafe LLC, doing business as One Beacon Cafe, located at 1 Beacon Street, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above in one room, kiosk on the ground floor, comprised of 250 square feet total, takeout counter and small prep area, commissary kitchen located in the basement. Manager Anna Calderon, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. You may also want to call the next one together. It's the same ownership and manager of record. Also for CV only.
That is correct. Separate location, but we can call it, Chairman Joyce, are you okay calling these two together? Okay, great. We will call item number 4 as well. BW Cafe LLC, doing business as tradesman, located at 648 Beacon Street, has also applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above in one room on the ground floor with prep area and takeout counter for coffee and pastries, together with ice machine and storage in second room adjacent, 760 square feet total. Also manager Anna Calderon, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as well. Attorney Quilty.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Green. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the licensees, both owned in part by Peter Simonelli, who's with us this morning, and both managed or proposed to be managed by Anna Calderon, who's also with us this morning. These are two basically office building, takeout, coffee, pastry, and the like operations in the ground floor of both of these buildings. No, CV only. The operators do business under the name Tradesman downtown and in Charlestown. They've had a long history of food and beverage service in the city. And Mr. Simonelli is here representing ownership, and Ms. Calderon is the proposed manager of record for both locations. Good morning, and we're happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Attorney. Excuse me, I don't have any questions on either Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon. Do you?
No questions for me. Thank you.
No questions on either, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on items 3 or 4, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. In regards to One Beacon Cafe, we'd like to defer to the board at this time. We have the applicant reach out to a couple of different community stakeholders. The Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association expressed no concerns with the proposal, and the location was outside of the catchment of the Downtown Business Improvement District. We're unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board on this item, and I believe my other liaison will comment on the other case.
Yes. Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, Maggie Van Square with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. On 648 Beacon Street, we'd like to defer to the judgment of the board at this time. The applicant has been in touch with budding property owners, and the Kenmore Association has no objections to this application. We are unaware of concerns at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on items 3 or 4?
Good morning, members of the board. This is Vanessa Wu from Councillor Flynn's office. Councillor Flynn will be in support of this project. There was a robust community process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And one last time, are there any other individuals who would like to testify on items 3 or 4? Board will take both of these under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 5, Boston Palm Corporation, doing business as Boston Palm, located at 1 International Place, holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Ryan Origlioso to Corey Hallgren de Grace, who is present on behalf of the applicant. Is anybody with us on behalf of Boston Palm, item number 5?
Yes, I apologize. This is Scott Crane. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and Senior Vice President for the Palm Corporation. Sorry, my video is not working at this time. I apologize.
No worries. Thank you for joining us. Is the proposed manager of record with you on this hearing with us this morning?
He is not. Corey Hallgren de Grace is not with me at this time.
Is it possible for him to join us during this hearing?
I will try to get with him. I'm on for another matter, and quite honestly, I was not aware of this at this point in time. I will try to get him on the phone right now if we can come back to that at some point later in this hearing.
Thank you. We will take a second call.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 6, calling item number 6, Servia LLC, doing business as Servia, located at 126 State Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Ann Patrici Chambers to Jesse DeVito, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
I'm Jesse DeVito. We're just Patrici is no longer working there. I'm the new manager. They're just trying to change over the license to my name.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. DeVito, for joining us. Just a few questions from the board. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I have about 10 years. I've been a server, a bartender, and a manager for the past 5.
Okay. And are you familiar, excuse me, with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. I have no further questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
Further questions for me? Thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Mr. DeVito.
Thank you.
Calling item number 7, Reservoir Wines and Spirits, Inc., doing business as Reservoir Wines and Spirits, located at 1922 Beacon Street in Brighton. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from George Hyvanis to Anthony Hyvanis. Attorney Andrew Moles. Attorney Moles?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Andrew Moles, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller, 28 State Street, on behalf of the licensee. So it's a change of manager application from from George Hyvanis to his son Anthony. Anthony lives in Boston, is a U.S. citizen, has worked at the package store for well over a decade. He's familiar with the rules and regulations of both this board and the ABCC. And at this time, there are no other changes to the ownership or any other changes other than change of manager of record. And really with that, we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Attorney Moles, for joining us, and thank you, Mr. Hyvanis, for joining us. I have no other questions at this time. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 8, Big Causeway LLC, doing business as Big Night Live, Studio B, Guy Fieri's Tequila Cocina, located at 110 Causeway Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business from a Big Night Live Studio B, Guy Fieri's Tequila Cocina, to Big Night Live Studio B Play. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Kristen Scanlon representing the licensee. Matter before you is just a brief change in one of the concepts of this location from the Guy Fieri's Tequila Cocina to Play. Not much changing besides the removal of the Guy Fieri concept and shifting the menu from Mexican to more of an American theme to better align with the new concept Play, which offers a game element in the space. And they believe that this concept better aligns with the area near the garden as a whole. Happy to answer any questions or concerns the board may have regarding this proposed change.
Thank you for joining us. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 9, Boylston Street Hotel LLC, doing business as Mandarin Oriental, located at 776 Boylston Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers. Attorney John Aida. Attorney Aida.
Thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, John Aida, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller, on behalf of the licensee. Simply, we are updating the records here. We have a resignation of the current LLC manager, which was Wendy Hanson, and she's being replaced by 3 managers, Gregory O'Neill, Marcus Lindner, and Kristen Church. Just by way of reference, Gregory O'Neill is the current manager of record, so he's already been involved, and he is a prior previously appointed officer. So they did have officer positions. They're going back to the LLC manager positions, and these 3 individuals will be the current LLC managers. Other than that, there are no changes to the day-to-day operations or any other changes.
Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me either. Thank you.
Thank you. And are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 10, Morton's of Chicago, Boston Seaport LLC, doing business as Morton's Steakhouse, located at 2 Seaport Lane. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from in one room and kitchen on the first floor with entrances and exits to lobby and both Seaport Boulevard and Seaport Lane, basement for storage with an outdoor seasonal patio from April through October on private property for 54 patrons between the hours of 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. 2, in one room and kitchen on the first floor with entrances and exits to lobby and both Seaport Boulevard and Seaport Lane, basement for storage with an outdoor annual patio that is approximately 929 square feet on private property with sliding windows and seats for 62 patrons between the hours of 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin on behalf of the licensee. With me today is Scott Crane. He is the Senior VP of Morton Steakhouse. This application is to amend the licensed premises to enclose the existing roofed patio space and add a sliding window system to protect the patrons from the elements and add 8 additional seats. And they're also seeking to change the outdoor patio from seasonal use to annual use. And that is all. We're happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you. So no capacity, you said just the extra 8 seats on the outdoor patio, is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you. No other questions, Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm Lydia Plasky with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Our office corresponded with the Seaport Neighborhood Association on behalf of the neighborhood and determined that an abutters meeting would not be necessary for Morton's of Chicago, Boston Seaport LLC to amend their premises at 2 Seaport Lane. Our office is not aware of any opposition to this proposal. Our office would like to defer to the board at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 11, Boston Hospitality Partners LLC, doing business as the Connector and the Collective, located at 115 Federal Street. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to amend the description of the license as follows: from 1 main entrance on Federal Street, 1 main entrance on Devonshire Street, and 4 exits, approximately 27,089 square feet on 4 floors, 9,300 square feet on the ground floor, consisting of event and banquet space, with seating for 348. 5,685 square feet on mezzanine, consisting of kitchen, approximately 1,085 square feet, bar, approximately 1,039 square feet, lounge, approximately 817 square feet, north dining area, approximately 960 square feet, south dining area, approximately 1,784 square feet, with aggregate seating for 203, 1,492 square feet on second floor, consisting of meeting room west, 660 square feet, and meeting room east, 832 square feet, with aggregate seating for 129. 10,612 square feet on third floor, consisting of kitchen, 567 square feet, entry, 510 square feet, bar dining area, 1,930 square feet, lounge, 1,475 square feet, co-work area, 3,635 square feet, game room 680 square feet, sports simulator room 440 square feet, and meeting room 1,375 square feet with aggregate seating for 269. Hours of operation from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Changing this license premise description to 1 main entrance on Federal Street, 1 main entrance on Devonshire Street, and 4 exits, approximately 28,600 square feet on 4 floors, 10,811 square feet on the ground floor, consisting of assembly event banquet space, 9,300 square feet with seating for 348, food kiosk known as Day Shift, located in 2 rooms consisting of front service and sales counter, kitchen and prep area, and back room for storage, 482 square feet. Food kiosk known as Ariana, Big Grin, and Iris Meze, located in 4 rooms consisting of front service and sales counters, kitchen and prep area, and back room for storage, 704 square feet. And food kiosk known as Gato Pazzo, located in 2 rooms consisting of front service and sales counter, kitchen and prep area, and back room for storage, 325 square feet. 5,685 square feet on the mezzanine, consisting of kitchen, 1,085 square feet, bar, 1,039 square feet, lounge, 817 square feet, north dining area, 960 square feet, south dining area, 1,784 square feet, with aggregate seating for 203. 1,492 square feet on the second floor, consisting of meeting room west, 660 square feet, and meeting room east, 832 square feet, with aggregate seating for 129. 10,612 square feet on the third floor, consisting of a kitchen, 567 square feet, entry, 510 square feet, bar dining area, 1,930 square feet, lounge, 1,475 square feet, co-work area, 3,635 square feet, game room, 680 square feet, sports simulator room, 440 square feet, and meeting room, 1,375 square feet, with aggregate seating for 269. Hours of operation from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. And secondly, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from John Luciano to Sasha Nissenbaum. Attorney John Aida. Attorney Aida.
Thank you, Attorney Green. And first of all, my apologies for putting you through that description. You didn't miss anything. It was great. Madam Chair, members of the board, John Aida, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller, on behalf of the licensee. With me is John Luciano, who is the current manager of record, as well as the vice president of Millennium Partners, and the proposed manager of record, Sasha Nissenbaum. They are both together on the screen that's indicated by John Luciano's screen. First of all, for the alteration, what we're looking to do is simply adding the 3 food kiosks that were just previously licensed about a month ago. As the space has expanded and the ground floor is now activated, these 3 food kiosks are now in operation. The idea is they will act as dispensaries for alcoholic beverages. The previously licensed space on the connector already contains the seating, and that's where the patrons will grab their food and their drink and sit down just beyond the food kiosks. So that was already previously licensed. We're just expanding the 3 food kiosks to be included in the description to allow for the dispensing of the alcoholic beverages. There's no seating within those 3 food kiosks. All the seating is just outside in the connector area. And turning over to the manager, Mr. Nissenbaum, he has over 20 years experience in the restaurant and hospitality industry. He's tip certified. He's a prior manager of record approved by this board. He has worked most of his time in the city of Boston. He's been at Flight Club, Sweet Caroline's, Battery Park Lounge. So all locations, he has a great record in charge of those operations, and he's looking to do the same here. And in addition to that, we don't have any changes. As I stated, there's no increase in the seating or capacity. Simply, we're just opening and activating the spaces where the food kiosks reside. If you have any questions, either myself or Mr. Nissenbaum would be available answering.
Thank you very much. And Danny, thank you for reading that. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Nissenbaum. I have no questions. Commissioner Kern and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions from me. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there
Good
any?
morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 12, Donato and Gianni LLC, located at 326 to 328 Commercial Street, holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to 326B LLC, doing business as Italian Tailor at the same location. Michael Wyatt, manager, closing hour 11:30 p.m. Updating the description of premise as follows: 2,868 square feet, 3 rooms and kitchen on basement level of 326 to 328 Commercial Street, with dining areas, raw bar, seated bar, storage and office space, and wine cellar. And lastly, has petitioned to pledge the license to Donato and Gianni LLC. Attorney Bill Ferrullo. Attorney Ferrullo.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chairwoman Joyce, members of the board. William Ferrullo on behalf of the applicant. We have before you an application to transfer the license of the restaurant business at 326, 328 Commercial Street in Boston, and a pledge of the license back to the current owner. To describe this transaction and the parties, an Italian restaurant by the name of Bill Molo had been operated there for many years as an Italian seafood-oriented menu by Donato Frateroli and his family, who is the uncle of Nick Frateroli, the applicant for the new restaurant. The current owners are financing the acquisition of this and taking back the pledge that's requested for the restaurant. The new restaurant, which will be entitled Italian Tailor, will have a contemporary Italian menu. It will operate under the same hours and conditions as the prior license, meaning 11 a.m. to 11:30 at night. Its initial service will be dinner service, and eventually they will add their lunch and brunch after startup and training. The parties involved in this entity are Nick Frateroli, who's on this Zoom, who's the main principal. You're probably familiar with Nick. He has 4 other restaurants in the city: Ward 8, North Washington Street, Chow Roma in the North End, Bodega Canal in the North Station area, and Tony Elaine's also on the fringe of the North End. Mike Wyatt is on the call. Mike is coming in this time as an owner, as part of the LLC, and also the manager, and I'll give you more information about Mike in a moment, and he's here to answer your questions as well. This restaurant hopefully will operate within the next several months. There'll be some light changes to furnishings, etc., but other than that, as mentioned, there'll be no other changes. Mr. Wyatt will assume the role as manager. He's had 20 years in the business, lives in the North End, close to where the restaurant is located. The last 10 years, he's been the operations manager for Nick Frateroli's 4 businesses that I've mentioned. So he has extensive background and management skills that he's developed in the last 10 years working at the other restaurants. With that, I will have you ask any questions you like, and also hopefully Mike is, I'm looking for Mike coming up. Mike is on now and will answer questions as the manager.
Thank you, Attorney. Mike, thank you for joining us today. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
And you're a resident of the North End?
Yes.
And your attorney just described your experience in the food and beverage industry. The last question is, are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
I am.
So how many hours a week will you be at this location?
40 to 50.
Okay, so this will be your primary responsibility.
Yes.
Right now, you're working as head of operations of the other restaurants as well. With that, I have no other questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No further questions from me. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 13, RREF 2170 Charles LLC, doing business as the Whitney Hotel, located at 14 David G. Mugar Way. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to EREB 170 Charles LLC, doing business as the Whitney Hotel at the same location. Katrina Jazayeri, manager, closing hour 1 a.m. Description of premise as follows: in whole of said building, 39,000 square feet, with 5 floors and 66 guest rooms, 1 entrance and 3 exits. First floor, 7,800 square feet, lobby, lounge, and bar, 1,521 square feet, with 54 seats. Kitchen, 402 square feet, office, storage, and seasonal April to October, courtyard patio, 1,000 square feet, on private property with 16 seats. Second floor, 10 guest rooms, third through fifth floor, 17 guest rooms each. And secondly, has petitioned for approval of a management agreement between EREB 170 Charles LLC and PRG Management LLC. Attorney Adam Barnowski. Attorney Barnowski.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Madam Chair, members of the board, Adam Barnowski, 255 State Street in Boston. I'm an attorney for EREB, the proposed licensee. With me today is Christina Discoto from Nigeria and Katrina Jazayeri, the proposed manager of record and principal of PRG Management, which operates the restaurant and alcohol operations at the hotel. We are here relative to a proposed license transfer in conjunction with the change of the underlying ownership of the Whitney Hotel and approval of a management agreement with PRG. The Whitney Hotel is located on the northernmost portion of Charles Street in Beacon Hill. It's a 5-story building consisting of approximately 39,000 square feet with 66 guest rooms, a lobby, lounge, bar, restaurant, and courtyard and private property. The restaurant has seating for 54 patrons. The licensee, ERB 170 Charles LLC, is wholly owned by Nigeria, a real estate investment group, which owns several other commercial properties in Boston, including one on Beacon Hill. While this is a license transfer at a same location, I'd like to reiterate to the board that there will be no changes to the business name, the operations, management, closing hour, or aesthetics. The restaurant on site will remain the same, as will the employees. From a consumer and neighborhood perspective, the business and operations will remain indistinguishable from the current operation. Nigeria is seeking the approval of a management agreement with PRG Management LLC. The board will note that PRG is already listed as an approved management company for this license. The management agreement, which will be in effect, has already been approved by the board in the ABCC, and Nigeria is simply taking an assignment of that management agreement. Katrina Jazayeri, the proposed manager of record, is already the current manager of record on this license, so there will likewise be no change there. I'm happy to answer any questions the board may have. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I have no questions, Commissioner Saxon.
No questions for me. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 14, Regal Cinemas, Inc., doing business as Regal Fenway Stadium 13, located at 201 Brookline Ave. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Ale and JC Brothers, Inc., doing business as Yumega Arukara, located at 70 Pier 4 Boulevard, Suite 260. Premise consists of on-ground floor of mixed-use building, approximately 1,181 square feet. Entrance exit accessed by courtyard located on private property open to the public within the Seaport Square development. Table seating for 8 patrons, bar seating for 8 patrons located at front of space. Prep area, kitchen, and restroom located in middle of space. Storage located in rear of space. Closing hour 12 a.m. Sanwei Fang, manager. Attorney Leslie Delaney Hawkins. Attorney Hawkins.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Madam Chair, members of the board, Leslie Delaney Hawkins, the law firm of Prince Lobel, on behalf of the applicant, and with me today is one of the owners and the proposed manager of record, Shuwan Wei Fang. As Attorney Green noted, we're seeking a transfer of a wine and malt beverages license to 70 Pier 4 Boulevard in the Seaport Square development. We're proposing a locally owned and operated restaurant under the doing business as of Yumega Arukara. We have another establishment under the same doing business as that's currently operating in Cambridge. This is a small, intimate space with a focus on noodles and Japanese dishes. with wine and malt beverages to complement the food. There's no outside space and there's no proposed entertainment. We're seeking a 12 a.m. midnight closing hour. Regarding public need, as the board is aware, the Seaport is a rapidly growing neighborhood, both commercially and residentially. And we think with folks coming back into the office and back to events in Boston, that this is going to fulfill an unmet need in the neighborhood. There's currently no similar concept that's operating. Mr. Fay is an approved manager of record, although not in Boston and Cambridge. He is a U.S. citizen, a Massachusetts resident, is TIP certified, and is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol. He also has significant experience in the industry. We held an abutters meeting with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, reached out to the Seaport Neighborhood Association and the elected officials, and have only received positive feedback. Finally, should the board vote to grant this license, we would ask for a temporary common vigilar license while the application is pending before the ABCC. We're happy to make that request in writing to allow us to open for food service only pending that review. With that, we're happy to answer any questions, and the manager of record is under Michael Fang, and he's here on camera as well.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you, Mr. Fang, for joining us. This sounds like an exciting concept for the Seaport. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
No questions from me. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, Lydia Pulaski with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. ONS held an abutters meeting on Monday, October 30th for Umega Arakara at 70 Pier 4 Boulevard, Suite 260. The proponent presented overall plans for a new sit-down takeout restaurant seeking a wine and malt beverage license. To date, there has been no opposition to this proposal that our office is aware of. We received one letter of support. Our office would like to defer to the board at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 15, GR Restaurant and Catering, Inc., doing business as Bono Restaurant and Catering, located at 271 Meridian Street in East Boston, has applied for a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license to be exercised on the above. Premise consists of approximately 1,012 square feet on first floor and basement of mixed-use building with bar seating for 4 patrons, counter seating for 4 patrons, and dining area seating for 18 patrons. Preparation and serving area at the front of the space with bathrooms in the rear and storage in the basement. Manager Manuel Fernando Rosas Guerrero. Closing time 12 a.m. Attorney Leslie Delaney Hawkins. Attorney Hawkins.
Thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Again, Leslie Delaney Hawkins with the law firm of Prince Lobel on behalf of the applicant. And with me today is Manuel Fernando Rosas, the proposed owner and manager of record. As the board may recall, Fernando has been before this board before, again, seeking a wine, malt beverages, and liqueurs license. At that time, the board voted to grant the license pending availability. No license has become available to date, and we are back before you with the same proposal in the event, hopefully, that a license does become available. Just to refresh your memory, this is an existing establishment specializing in fresh traditional dishes from South and Central America. Fernando is an incredibly well-respected member of the community, and I believe you'll hear that from all the individuals who have come out to testify in support of him today. Should a license become available, we will be extending our closing hour to 12 a.m. midnight. We really do think there is a demand based on the customer feedback that Fernando receives on a regular basis, asking for wines, malt beverages, or cordials to complement his food. And additionally, given the location and the fact that East Boston is a rapidly growing neighborhood, we do believe that there is a public need. Fernando is a U.S. citizen. He is familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol. He is a Massachusetts resident. He is TIP certified and has extensive experience in the industry. We previously had a neighborhood meeting with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, given the fact that there are no changes to what's being proposed and Fernando's extensive experience working with all the members of the community. We were not required to have a subsequent meeting, but we're of course happy to continue working with the community. And should the board vote to find public need and grant a license, we're hopeful that one becomes available at some point soon.
Thank you, attorney. It's nice to see you again, Mr. Excuse me, Mr. Roses. I think it's been about 3 years since you've been back before us. Excuse me. I'll turn it over to my other commissioners to see if they have any questions.
I remember the proposal. I have no further questions.
None for me either. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hi, my name is Lydia Edwards. I'm the senator for East Boston. I see some of my representatives from my colleagues also representing the East Boston delegation are on, but I just wanted to go ahead and speak in incredible favor for Pandebono and Manuel Rosa specifically to receive this opportunity, hopefully when a license does become available. I can't speak of how incredibly involved he is personally, and his business has been to help on so many different levels. I've seen him at Zoom Mix events. I've seen him supporting Latin music events. I've seen him essentially become the very ideal citizen, business citizenship that you want to see in a small business, a family-owned business. He's a net asset to our community. He has done an incredible amount of work, not only in bringing us together, but assuring that he's a ideal business and also a mentor to many people coming up in East Boston. So seeing him grow is the best thing that we can do. Making sure he has the resources to grow as a local business is vital, and we all know that a liquor license would be key to that. I can't wait for him to go on to the next level. I want to support him fully in that, and I'll be doing my best on that liquor license component here in the State House to help assure that the city of Boston in general can continue to grow. But for right now, to my neighbor, congratulations for getting this far. Congratulations on being a citizen, and congratulations on being able to go to the next level. You have my support.
Thank you very much, Senator, and thank you for being with us this morning. Are there any other individuals, representatives of elected officials who would like to testify on this matter?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Melavia Gomez with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. ONS hosted an abutters meeting for this project back in June of 2021. The business has widespread support from the neighborhood and East Boston community. At this time, our office would like to defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Gabriela Ramirez from Councilor Gabriela Coleta's office. Bono Restaurant and Fernando play an active role in our community and are always supporting our community partners. And for that, Councilor Coleta would like to go on the record in support of them and their license.
Thank you very much. And one more time, are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 16, Mighty Squirrel Fenway LLC, doing business as Mighty Squirrel Brewing Company, located at 1 David Ortiz Drive, has applied for a farmer brewery malt only pouring license to be exercised on the above. Premise consists of an 11,000 square foot brewery tavern located on the ground floor and second floors of an 8-story building with 1 tap room with 128 seats, 1,382 square feet of kitchen space, 653 square feet containing a brewery, 734 square feet of storage area and 2 restrooms on the first floor, and a tap room and lounge with 122 seats, 426 square feet of kitchen space and 2 restrooms on the second floor. The brewery premises has a specially designated address of 1 David Ortiz Drive. Manager Henry Manis, closing time 1 a.m. Attorney Andrew Upton. Sorry, is this Attorney Ansler?
Yes, it is. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green. I'm Tyler Hensler from Upton, Canal, and Devlin, representing Mighty Squirrel Brewing Company. We're applying for a farmer brewing pouring license for the new Mighty Squirrel Tap Room located at 1 David Ortiz Drive. Mighty Squirrel Fenway location has already been approved and licensed at the federal and state levels by the Tax and Trade Bureau and the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission. The Mighty Squirrel has also invested $3.1 million into the build out and development of this space, with an additional $6.1 million in tenant improvement from the landlord, showing Mighty Squirrel's significant and permanent investment into the community and surrounding neighborhood. Joining me from Mighty Squirrel today are co-founders Henry Manis and Naveen Pawar. And I believe I saw Brian Burke and Stephen Tang as well. So they are, very invested in this project and very excited. The public need of this applicant is strong and is demonstrated by the uniqueness of the concept. The tap room, like the existing one in Waltham, is family friendly, a relaxed environment. While food is offered, there are no servers and therefore no assigned seats, creating a fluid and natural seating setup. There are also no televisions, fostering a conversation-centric atmosphere. This is in direct contrast to the many bars and restaurants in the surrounding area. Mighty Squirrel Fenway plans to be a very versatile space as well. In addition to a tap room, the ample 13,000 foot space has many private event areas and a coffee shop, which will open early in the morning for commuters at the nearby T stations and the many residents of the Fenway area to enjoy. Mighty Squirrel will therefore function as one of the largest coffee shops in the city, as well as a tap room and a private event space, making it a truly unique space, not only in the Fenway neighborhood, but in the greater Boston area. The character and fitness of this applicant is also strong, as Mighty Squirrel has operated a brewery and tap room in Waltham for nearly 5 years and have not had a violation of any kind. Mighty Squirrel has a policy to ID anyone under 40, and they require their bartenders to be tip certified and their managers to be serve safe certified. They will also have a doorman when necessary to monitor capacity and IDs. Every person will be ID'd every time they go to the bar to get beer. As for community outreach, we have been in contact with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, who waived an abutters meeting in lieu of flyering the abutting properties, which we have done. We also had a meeting with the Fenway Civic Association last Thursday, November 9th, and obtained their support, and we are aware of no opposition at this time. The manager of record for the initial startup, at least, will be co-founder Henry Manis. He's the co-founder of Mighty Squirrel, resident of Massachusetts, citizen of the United States. He's familiar with the rules and regulations regarding the sale and service of alcohol of this board, the ABCC, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And he has experience in the industry, as he has spent the last decade helping to grow the business into a recognizable and popular brand in Massachusetts. Henry is filling the role on an interim basis until a permanent manager is hired. He plans to be there most of the week as the new location gets off the ground. With that, we're happy to take any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Attorney, for that explanation. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Manis. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
I have no questions. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, hello again, Madam Chair, members of the board. Maggie Van Scoy with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, our office would like to defer judgment to this board. We had the applicant flyer abutting property owners within 300 feet of the property. We also had the applicant meet with the Fenway Civic Association, who has written in support of the application. The Kenmore Association has also written, stating that they have no objections to this application. We are unaware of concerns at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 17, OSIB Boston Back Bay Operations LLC, doing business as Citizen M Back Bay Hotel, located at 408 Newbury Street, has applied for an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. Premise consists of, in the whole of said building, a 13-story hotel consisting of approximately 167,094 square feet and containing 399 guest rooms. Premises contains a basement for storage, a lobby and elevator on the street level, a mezzanine level, a second floor with an outdoor space, a third floor consisting of 19 guest rooms, and an outdoor space. Floors 4 through 13 consist of a total of 380 guest rooms and approximately 11,257 square feet per floor, and a roof deck area above the 13th floor with an amenity area. Closing hour 1 a.m. for outdoor spaces. Manager Jessica Kaufman. Closing time 2 a.m. Attorney Tom Miller. Attorney Miller.
Chair Joyce, Commissioners, Secretary Green, Tom Miller from McDermott, Quilty and Miller, on behalf of the applicant Citizen M. I'm joined today by Henny Schaefer, the Director of North American Operations for Citizen M, and Jessica Kaufman, the proposed manager of record for this location. As Secretary Green said, Citizen M is applying for a new all alcoholic beverages in-holders license for this new hotel that is part of the Parcel 12 project located along Mass Ave at the end of Newbury Street. By quick background, Citizen M is a hotel brand that brings affordable luxury and unique experiences to their customers. They focus on, they have a focus on business travel, but they also do bring in those who want to come and enjoy their style of luxury and affordability to the area as well. They have more than 30 locations throughout the world, including one in North Station, which they have operated successfully for more than 4 years without incident. No violations or incidents with the board. The proposal here is to create Citizens M East Coast flagship hotel. As was read in, this is going to be a 13-story, 399-room hotel. In addition to those rooms, Citizen M is proposing to operate 2 separate restaurant spaces. The first is on the main level main lobby area, which is the second level, and the adjoining outdoor space, which is on private property. The outdoor space will be operated annually. This is like their other locations. This main level area is an inviting area for their guests to stop by on their way in after a day exploring Boston, attending meetings, meeting with clients, and the Back Bay, or a place to start their day, grab breakfast, grab a bite to eat, or grab a drink before they retire for the evening. They're also open to members of the community looking to do the same. Stop by, grab a bite to eat on their way home, passing through, looking to explore the area and explore Back Bay. Citizen M calls these areas living rooms, this lobby area living room, because it is an inviting space where people can come to relax, whether customers or not, to either start or end their day, or to stop take a quick break as they're exploring the city. The food service here, the idea is for light meal and shareable items. It's to give their guests a jumping off point, as I've said multiple times, to explore Boston and Back Bay. In addition, Citizen M is proposing a rooftop restaurant and bar area. That area the idea here is to create a relaxed wine bar where guests, visitors, and members of the community can come to enjoy similar foods to the lobby area, but also enjoy the incredible views this location and this building offer. So they can see Cambridge and north of Boston, the river, from that area. They're proposing to operate the food and beverage service until 2 a.m. inside, and as was stated, close the patio on the main level and the rooftop terrace area at 1 a.m., the exterior portion of it. As I said, I'm joined by Jessica Kaufman, the proposed manager of record. Jessica is currently the manager of record approved by this board at the applicant's North Station location. She is a citizen of the U.S., a resident of Dorchester. She has experience in the food and beverage industry and is familiar with the laws of the Commonwealth, rules of the ABCC, and this board for the sale and service of alcohol. She is an acting or a placeholder manager of record until the applicant team can identify a permanent manager for this location. Once that is done, we will be back before you to change that manager of record, and we'll make sure that they are as qualified an applicant as Jessica is. You will hear shortly, we worked with Margaret Van Scoy of ONS to complete the community process for this application. We did hold an abutters meeting. We reached out to the local neighborhood groups. Part of this was the 1 a.m. closing hour for the outdoor areas. That is in response to our meeting with NAB. That is what they requested, and we were happy to accommodate. We want to thank you for hearing this application today, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thank you, attorney. So can you just expand upon the public need of another alcohol license at a hotel in this area of Boston?
Yeah,
how big is this hotel again? It seems it's how many guest rooms?
It's just short of 399 guest rooms, and approximately a little under 170,000 square feet. This is kind of a different concept, one that they have found through growing success both locally and nationally. They have received interest and demand in expanding their brand because the environment they create in their lobby area and the feel in which they I apologize. The environment they create is unique. It is really a comfortable setting that people can, as an extension of their stay and an extension of the rooms that they have. It is not just a lobby area for passing through or checking in, checking out. It is a comfortable space in which customers and the public can come, enjoy a light meal, enjoy a drink. Either, you know, that can be their evening or that can be their first step or last step in their night, their day. They have, as I said, have seen demand and increased demand both in Boston generally and for this area for a location here.
And when are they planning on opening?
As we all know, construction is super definite, but the last I heard, it was April of next year.
Okay, and if the board does not have a license available, will they seek to buy one on the market?
We will assess that as it comes through as we get closer to opening.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
Could you just tell me how much space is dedicated to the public? You keep saying the public will be, like, is there, I see rooftop area, will the public be able to get up there too?
Yes. Yep. Both the rooftop wine bar area is publicly accessible, as is the entire lobby area and the outdoor area.
How many patrons how many patrons does that represent? Public area.
The seating is approximately math. That's why I went to law school, so I wouldn't have to do math. Approximately 200 seats on the lower level. We're still working on a total count for the upper level, but it's a sizable area. It's approximately 11,000
fair
square
amount of
feet.
space for the public to enjoy the
Yes, yes. This is not, like I said, this is not just a, you know, check-in, check-out lobby area. This is a restaurant. You know, it is a large accessible lobby area.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing from me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, Maggie Vanskoy from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Our office would like to defer to the judgment of the board on this application. We held an abutters meeting on June 29th where no concerns were raised, and this applicant has been in contact with the Fenway Civic Association and the Neighborhood Association of Back Bay. Our office is unaware of any concerns at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will return to item number 5, as it does appear that the proposed manager of record has joined us. I just want to make sure, Corey Hallgren de Grace, are you able to hear us? And can you communicate with us? I've just asked you to unmute. I do see you on my screen, so we'll wait just a moment before I read this back into the record, and we can proceed with this item.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We will call back into the record. Item number 5, Boston Palm Corporation doing business as Boston Palm, located at 1 International Place, holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Ryan Orglioso to Corey Hallgren de Grace. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Hallgren de Grace. Chairman Joyce.
Sure. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Hallgren de Grace. Are you a citizen?
I am.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes, I do.
And what is that experience?
I've been working in food and beverage industry since I was about 18 years old. Started at a golf course, was the GM of that golf course, did a traveling bartending service throughout New England called the Bartending Service of New England. Also worked for Yard House for the last few years as a regional training director, and now I am the general manager of the Boston Palm.
Okay. And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
I am.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us again. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any other questions?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. We'll just see if there are any individuals present with us who would like to testify on this matter. Board will take this under advisement as well, and thank you again for joining us. Those are all of the items before the board this morning. That will adjourn this morning's hearing. The board will vote tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.